Hello guys, welcome back. So in this video I'm going to be showing you how to insert blob file into your database and how you can insert blob file like images and txt file videos into the database. So here I'm just going to run us through the code. So the link to the code will be on my GitHub page, so I'm going to leave the description in the comment section below so you can download the source code actually. So without wasting much of our time, let's move further and let me explain the code as we go along. So here, this function here is just basically creating this connection. So in case we want to run any syntax, so we won't be actually running this connection variable every time. So we're just going to run this. So this will be, I will explain this, so I'll use it for us later in this video. So first we're just going to run this thing. We're just going to run us through the rest of the function right here. So here we are actually creating the database which accepts, this function accepts string only. This means we only want to accept string as the argument. So here we are using this global not to make this available in the finally clause, as this will throw an error if there's an error. If this function didn't execute, to show an error here. So we are connecting to the SQL, and it's also accept the parameter of database name. So since we haven't created database, so comment this out, no, not to run through any error. So the user is root, and then the password is this. There you go. So we use this connection at cursor, and then this connection at cursor is just identifying us. We need this to execute SQL syntax. This cursor is used to execute SQL syntax. So here, this is the query to create database if not already exists, and then we pass in the database name, and then we use the cursor to execute the query. So if this is successful, we print the database created, and if we run to an error, so we pass in an error. SQL has the debugger catcher, so this connection error is undo any error, so we pass in an error and then pass it to our printout statement here. And then the finally clause, also here we are checking if the connection is connected, and then we close the cursor and also close the connection available. So in order, if you don't do this, we will run through an error in case we want to use the same port for another application on our system, because the port will still be open if we don't close it yet. So here this function drops the database, and then here we pass in the database name as a string also. So here we are using the try and except clause again. So we do try, and then we run this connection here, this function right here. So we are just going to execute it in order to avoid running through the error again. So you define the syntax here, which is the query. We find the query here, so and then we say drop database name, and then we pass in the database name as a parameter, and then we use the cursor to execute this query again. If this is successful, we print database deleted, and if there's any error, we say we to drop database, and then we use the error handler and then pass it into this statement also right here. And again, the finally means the same. The finally clause means the same. In order to undo, in order to close every connection. So here we create the here we create the table name. So here you can just use another try except plus again, and then we run this function first, not run into an error, and then we'll create a table if it does not already exist. So here we are passing the table name as an argument, as a parameter here. So we are going to create a table, and then we run the table name, also the strange name alone, and then create table name, and then the ID be here, also integer not null, which means we don't want it to be empty. If it is empty, it will throw an error. And then also the parameter as the text, also not st, not empty. This is the ID, and I mean the name, also not known, The photo, we use long blob. We are using long blob before, long blob actually, because there are some images that are larger than blob. So I ran through this error earlier, so I actually use long blob because it's this blob actually takes almost 8 bits, and I think this I set 16 bits of memory size. So it's actually it actually takes a larger info than blob. So we use the biodata for blob, which biodata stands for like txt file and all that. So if you want to use the videos, I think it's better we use long blob actually, in case of the videos and other things. So we're using the cursor to execute the query, the syntax over here, and then we are printing this as if it's successful. So next we run to the insert statement, also it remains the same, and then finally we close our connection, and then here we convert to binary data. So here we have to convert it to the database in order to make it easy for us to write it into the database without running through an error. So here this function will open it as read binary, any file, read it as binary, either image, music, text file. So you have to read that as binary, so it has to be in a binary format. And then here this insert blob insert the binary data into our database. So here we create the insert blob, and then we pass in an empty ID, an employee ID, since we are creating a for employee database. So we pass in the name parameters, and then the photos, and then the bio data. So here we print inserted to the employee table, and then this syntax over here, and then we pass in the parameters, which is to take the ID and the name, photo, and bio data, and then we run this function to convert it to the binary, return it to this variable here, same thing as this one. And also we insert the blob tuple, which is converted data into a tuple format. So we can insert it as a tuple format in order to run us through an error for easy sake. Actually. So here we are defining it as a tuple, so we can pass it when we execute the statement. It's also accept the second parameter, which is a tuple file, which is a tuple data type. Sorry, it is a tuple data type, and then not tuple data type. Sorry about that. Which is a tuple statement here is going to be a tuple actually. So we are passing it into it as a second parameter instead of using it here, instead of inserting it here as we did earlier. So and then if it is successful, we print inserted successful, also handle error the same way, and then use the finally clause. So here I'm just going to test each of the functions one by one. So here's let's drop the database back. I think I already has it executed. So if I run this, the database should be dropped actually. So let's see. Yeah, good. Database deleted. So I'm going to create database back, and then run it. Perfect. So I'm going to change this to create table. I made a mistake earlier about that. So here, after I created a table, I'm going to insert these files into this database. So let's run this. I have these images and the text file and the name and an ID. So it is successful. We shouldn't run through an error. So in the next videos, I'm going to be showing you how you can retrieve it back and how you can save it on your file. So here we table created successfully, and then close the connection each time, and then it's going to inserting into the